My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Move your career further, faster in just 2 days with a Harvard Professional and Executive Development Program. Advance your leadership skills, craft smarter business strategies, build your network, and transform how you work and think to keep your career moving forward. You'll earn a certificate and can add Harvard to your resume with Harvard Professional and Executive Development. Learn more at professional.dce.harvard.edu/Spotify.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Welcome to Book Talk for Book Talk, a literary podcast where we've been deep diving into your favorite novels. This is Jack.
And I'm Amy. And our listeners love to share their thoughts and theories via email and voicemail, so we're sharing them via our weekly mini episodes.
The views expressed by the hosts and listeners are entirely their own and in no way represent the thoughts or intentions of the original author. This podcast is a discussion shared to spark thought and conversation on the characters and themes of this novel.
Spoilers may be discussed with or without warning. Explicit language, as well as themes of sex, violence, abuse, death, and depression, will recur throughout this podcast. Listener discretion is advised.
We prompt you guys on Instagram to give us 3 plot points.
And then we had to make up the stories on the spot.
Yeah, so they could have been tropes, they could have been plot points, and we figured it out. And here is the mess that happened. That is that. But if you want to ever contribute, because we poll our Instagram followers quite a bit to help contribute to these mini episodes. And if you would like to do that, then follow us on Instagram.
And if you haven't listened to part 1 of us doing this,
it was a lot of fun.
And it just gets better.
In theory, we still don't know because I haven't edited yet. And it's all been one night. Actually,
same wine,
same night, different episodes. And I'm sure like a month has practically passed since the first one.
Probably.
Enjoy. All right, here's mine. Secret admirer, who did this to you? If I can't have you, no one will. This screams stalker romance.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love it. So, secret admirer, stalker admirer.
Same thing.
It's going to be a college romance.
Okay.
And it's going to be broody boy who's in the dark broody boy who's in her chemistry class, but no one really talks to him. And he just like glares at everyone and he's not interested in anyone. At one point, she was even nice to him and was like, hey, I need a partner. Do you need a partner? And he's like growls at her and tells her to fuck off. She's like, oh my God. Like, no, he just, even though he's gorgeous, you know, maybe he has a scar on his face too, but he just does not talk to anyone. What we don't realize, because it's a dual POV, is that he's been stalking her for years. They're in their senior year and he doesn't know how to really talk to people. Like, he's just really uncomfortable, and it comes out with aggression. And every time that like she's been nice to him, because they major in the same thing, so they have tons of classes together, he just doesn't know how to do anything. So he lashes out until one day he hears some screaming and he goes and he sees her on the floor and someone stole her purse and cut her forearm, like, because they stole her with a knife. And, you know, he got the, like, who did this to you? And, you know, he's really torn of like, shit, I can't, you know, like, I want to go kill this person now. But, you know, she doesn't say anything. And she's like, I don't know. They came like, I don't know. They came out of nowhere.
And she's bleeding.
She's bleeding. Yeah. And so he takes her back to his place. And she's like, why not the ER? And
I
he's
was
like,
just thinking the same thing.
and she's like, I do have health insurance. And he's like, no, we're coming back to mine. But, we don't question him. And, he's going to stitch her up. And she's like, this isn't sanitary. But turns out he has like an entire, almost like surgical area in a thing. But she's just going to go with it. She's like, imagine Grumpy Sunshine. And she's like, all right, whatever. No, they're medical students. So it makes sense.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why. And they start to like really start to get to know each other and stuff. And she kind of like, he's finally warms up, or he knows how to talk to her. And like, they're starting to get along. Meanwhile, he's gone and often he tracked the person. He's able to hack systems, saw on the camera who it was, killed him, got the purse back. And he's like, yeah, I just found it in the dumpster. It's crazy. And he's like, killed them. Turns out there's a lot of people who are dying on campus now. And it's just like, now that he's kissed her, had sex with her for the first time, we've unleashed the murder side. So anyone who's done her wrong.
The professor who gave her a D.
He's killed him. Yeah, he kills them. And she's kind of suspicious. Like, she's like, this is a really intense relationship. Like, we're going really fast, quickly. Like, they're saying, I love yous really fast. And she's like, I do care about you, but I just want to take a beat. And he was like, yeah, sure. And then her childhood friend comes to visit from out of town. And he thinks that they're flirting. And then he's like, oh, if I can't have you, no one will. And so he kidnaps her, like, to be like, I'm taking you to the cabin. We're going to die together.
Oh.
Yeah. I kind of want him to win. So I don't know how I'm going to get myself out of this. But we're going to say that the best friend then, childhood best friend, comes and saves her. Go ahead.
I was going to say the childhood best friend is another stalker. And so they have a stalker
Thank you. So, okay. So that's what it is. He's actually discovered that, behind the childhood best friend comes and he's like, sketchy sense is sketchy.
Yeah.
And then, so he's like, oh my God, like and then, one night he's lurking and he finds the other guy lurking and he's like, I knew you'd be here. And he's like, what are you doing here? You're being creepy. And he's like, I have cameras everywhere in her room. And he's like, that's a weird thing for a boyfriend to do. He's like, I love her. That's why. And so, the best friend is like, got in her ear being like, he's stalking you. He exposes him and everything. And he's like, let's get out of here. I'm going to protect you. And then that's when the best friend's like stalkerness comes out and he's like about to hurt her. And then he comes in and saves her and he's the good stalker. I like
your
him.
face as you were saying that. You're like, I'm going to hell.
I will save him. He's like, I'm actually like, I really like this dark romance idea.
I love it too.
I really love this.
I do too.
We were talking about writing and brings us joy. This brings me joy. And you know what? I can see him in my head and I love him so much.
There are so many stories I'm cataloging for later. I'm like, that could be a romance novel.
Could be, I want this guy so bad. Like, he has like, dark hair, buzz cut. But then once he starts dating her, like he starts to let it grow out because he's like relaxing more with her. Mm-hmm. I really want this. Oh my God, guys. I think you just witnessed magic. This is my absolute favorite one that I'm giving. Yeah, this is for you.
Okay, let me get comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Mistaken identity. Hooker with a heart of gold. Trapped in an elevator.
Mistaken identity. Hooker with a heart of gold. Trapped in an elevator.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sheila is a stripper by night, student by day.
Okay.
Just trying to pay the bills.
Girls got to do what
girls got to do what a girl's got to do. It's good money.
Yep.
She's getting through school.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't, she comes from a poor background.
And she loves her body.
She loves her body. You know what? Body positivity.
Yeah.
And she's curvy in all the right places. And
she's like the one plus size stripper there.
Love it.
But all the men love her.
Love it. And yeah, she's the most popular one there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Does volunteers at an animal shelter when she can.
Oh.
Because that's her true love and passion, because she wants to be a veterinarian.
She's got a heart of gold.
She's got a heart of gold.
That stripper.
And
which, I mean, I love strippers. I said that with like snarkiness, but
I love strippers.
I love strippers.
And she's on her way to class.
She's a hooker, by the way, not just a stripper.
I'm going to change it to stripper instead of hooker.
Okay. But I like the idea of her doing some sex work on the side.
Okay, she does sex work on the side because, you know what? It's an expensive school, and veterinary school is 4 years long.
Yeah.
Like, she got herself through undergrad doing stripping.
And there's no shame in her game.
No, there's not. You know, she stripped in undergrad.
Yeah.
And veterinary school is expensive.
Yep.
And so she's doing the stripping, and now she's got to do some sex work on the side just to make that extra dough to pay the bills.
She's an escort. That's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. She's a high-end escort.
Yeah.
And she gets trapped in an elevator in a hotel going up to meet her next client for the night. And some guy's stuck in the elevator with her.
Yep.
And is getting really hot and bothered because he's like, "You're that porn star I always watch, right?" And she's like, "Nice try, buddy, but like wrong line of sex work."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, like you're the one," and they're stuck in there for like 10 hours. They can't get the elevator open. And he ends up being really charming, even though he's a dumbass. And she takes pity on him.
Like golden retriever energy from him?
Yes, golden retriever energy, and takes pity on him. And she's like, "You know what? Let's have fun. We're here anyway. This is your first time in town. You missed out on your friend's bachelor party.
Yep.
Let's just have a good time because this was a crap night for both of us."
Yeah.
What was my third trope?
Mistaken identity, heart of gold, elevator. No, you did it all.
Oh, great. And then the night ends, and she's like, "You know what? Why don't you take me to brunch?"
That's the story.
It was a short story.
Wait, and the mistaken identity is that he thinks that she's a porn star when she's not. That's the mistaken identity.
Yeah.
You were really feeling something, and then you're like, "Oh no, we're good."
I could keep going, but
Yeah.
I got the gist of it. That's just the start of their adventure together.
It's gonna be cute.
And they keep running into each other.
Yeah.
Even though they don't intend to.
Yes.
And then he finds out she's a stripper, and he pays for a night's worth of private dances. And she's like, "You're really going to make me dance all night?" And he's like, "No, I just didn't want to see you with any other men."
Ooh, golden retriever's possessive.
And so he takes her out on a really sweet date, which she hasn't had because she's been
Busy.
working so hard to pay
Yeah.
for school.
Yeah. I love it.
And then turns out he's her professor in the next semester.
The mistaken identity is that he's actually her professor, but he goes into work with a disguise.
No, he's new to the school.
Oh, right.
It's been
Like
summer.
it's like right before this is building out. I love it.
And now it's fall, and he's new to the veterinary school.
And she's like, "I didn't know you were Dr. Doolittle. I just go by Dr. Do."
Fall has officially started here in Los Angeles, and that means we finally get to do fall activities.
I have been counting down the days for when I can go to pumpkin patches, maybe even hit up an apple orchard, and I get to do all of it looking super cute in my Quince boyfriend sweater.
This weather is perfect for my dark academia vibes, and I'm so excited to bust out my washable silk blouse because you know I'm going to be taking pictures.
Quince is known for their Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50. And that's not all. Quince has so many other amazing things on their website.
All of those items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
That includes leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim. Like my entire fall wardrobe is genuinely turning into Quince wardrobe.
By partnering directly with top factories and cutting out the cost of the middleman, we get savings as the customer.
One of my favorite parts about Quince is the fact that they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. And they still manage to get premium fabrics and finishes for that, luxury feeling for every item that they have.
Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/booktalk for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/booktalk.
Move your career further, faster in just 2 days with a Harvard Professional and Executive Development Program. Advance your leadership skills, craft smarter business strategies, build your network, and transform how you work and think to keep your career moving forward. You'll earn a certificate and can add Harvard to your resume with Harvard Professional and Executive Development. Learn more at professional.dce.harvard.edu/Spotify.
All right, mine, Forced Proximity, Found Family, The Chosen One Prophecy.
Oh,
Okay. We're going to do fantasy, but we don't know it's fantasy until the end of the book.
oh,
College student. And she is just transferred in because from out of state because her life went to shit in the last state. Friends turned on her. You know, her mom was always like an addict and she just was always, she finally cut off ties with her mom. She was in a sorority or something like that before, but everything just kind of went to shit. So she's like, I'm not going to drop out of college. I'm going to transfer and I'm moving. I'm starting over. I'm picking up my life. So she starts over and she's like in her sophomore or junior year and she just needs a place to live. So she goes on Craigslist and finds a group of people who live in a house, but it's like a really cool house, but there's a lot of them. But, you know, she's able to get the small crappy room in the attic, but she's attic. Yeah. Her mom's an attic. Well, she lives in addict, but, so, you know, she goes but she loves it. Like it's small, it's cramped, but it's hers. Right. And she becomes best friends with everyone there. Like, and everyone there is like, you've got like a fun, hot redhead. You kind of have a moody boy, soft boy, you know, and like maybe she doesn't have any chemistry with all of any of them, but like they're just like all really good friends and they kind of act a little strange and stuff. But like, you know, this is San Francisco. Like that's what they do. They're now in San Francisco.
yeah, that was a surprise.
That's what's happening. And, you know, but she's really enjoying herself and she's finally making a life of her own until one day a guy comes crashing in and is like, you need to come with me. And she's like, I don't even know who you are, but you're gorgeous. You're stunning. And he's like, no, shut up. You're coming with me. I'm an aggressive person. But he almost looks kind of unearthly. His eyes are greener than anything. That should be natural. And he looks at the roommates and he's like, you weren't supposed to be having fun. You were supposed to be looking out for her. They're all fairies. She's the chosen one. They've orchestrated it so that she would come to them in a way. And like they found her, they got her and stuff. And it's like they were keeping an eye out for her. She is the lost daughter of the last Fae King. And he is there to bring her because she has this power. And that mother who was taking care of you, she was never your mother. She was supposed to look out for you. They paid for that. Like they paid her to do this. But, you know, she got caught in the drugs. And we've been trying to find you this entire time. And it's by the ancient gods that you found us.
We found you?
No, because she went to them. Like, she kind of found them, but then like once they like all of a sudden they're like, oh yes, of course we have a place to live. Like, you know, once it like, you know, they orchestrated it somewhat so that like, no, this place is amazing. Here, it's like rent is so cheap in San Francisco. It is so cheap. Oh no, it's so easy. You can move in. No, look how like, you know, they made everything else, but like she kind of found them because, you know, magic calls to magic.
Like calls to like.
Like calls to like.
That's my cringy quote.
Yeah. But it's true. And then she goes off to go, you know, stop the ancient prophecy and stuff and become a queen. And she falls in love with him.
Amazing.
And he's supposed to be her guard, her protector. They were never
love the power differential.
Yeah, they were never supposed to fall in love. She's like, you know, she's going to be the queen, the princess. Like, she needs to be with someone who will help secure her place.
Yeah, she needs to fall in love with other nobles or royalty or whatever.
And if she finds out the truth about him, he's actually the son of the bad guy.
He's the bastard.
He's the bastard son of the bad guy. And he's like, hates the fact that his father did all this. So he's committed his life to the crown and king. That's another good one. I'm having fun. Okay. Amy. Pet Parents. Second Chance Romance. Speak Now, the song.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I got it.
Yeah.
This is set in Hollywood.
Okay.
And, after the pandemic, Caitlin moved to the base of Runyon, which is a popular hiking trail where pet parents take their dogs.
It's true.
It's true.
It's very vertical.
And you know what? Caitlin doesn't have a dog. She has a cat. But she likes to hike Runyon because it's fun and she likes the dogs. She just doesn't like to take care of dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And she goes on hikes every weekend morning before she goes about her weekend. And in the process, she runs into her ex, who broke up with her because he hates animals.
What? Who hates animals?
But you know what? He's got a pet dog.
Oh, he's grown.
He's grown. But it's not really his dog. It's his fiance's dog. And they broke up 5 years ago. So what's been happening in those 5 years that he now is with a woman who has a dog and he's willing to walk that dog on...
I see where this is going. The speak now is coming. Keep going. I love this so much.
So they reconnect.
Yes.
And so they go on walks together. They walk the pooch together.
Is that a dirty talk?
No. I couldn't think of the dog's name. They walk Clover together.
Love Clover. Clover's a Frenchie.
Clover is a Frenchie, and they walk Runyon together every Saturday morning because the fiance to the ex-boyfriend is a flight attendant, so she's not in town normally on the weekends.
Is she a bitch?
Well, Caitlin doesn't know because Caitlin's never met her.
Oh.
But turns out they're getting married, the ex-boyfriend and the flight attendant. And he doesn't invite her to the wedding because that's kind of awkward. But she's like, no, it's totally fine. He's like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I'm so happy for you. Totally okay. But Clover actually hates his mom and really enjoys. Oh, one time the flight attendant and the ex-boyfriend take a trip. And so Caitlin offers to dog sit Clover, and Clover comes out and hangs out with Caitlin and her cat.
And they're just all perfect. Like they're just perfect.
So happy.
Yeah.
So happy. And then the wedding comes along. Caitlin puts on a brave face and, goes to the wedding that's on the beach. And Clover's there. But, Clover pees on the wedding dress and isn't really happy about this situation.
Maybe the mom kind of, like, the flight attendant kind of gets, like, too rough with Clover.
Yeah. And Clover hides with Caitlin because Caitlin's safe.
Yeah.
And Caitlin interrupts the wedding and is just like, you're a terrible parent. Your dog hates you. And it likes me better. And ex-boyfriend, you should be with me. And embarrasses herself.
She's like, look, I am not the kind of girl who's usually barging in on a white-veiled occasion, but you are not the kind of boy who should be marrying the wrong girl.
The wrong girl who doesn't treat her own dog with love. And Caitlin runs away with Clover, and the police get called on her because she stole the dog.
This has got to be a funny comedy one.
Yeah, but the ex-boyfriend bails her out because, it was all a misunderstanding, and she was just doing the right thing.
But the wedding never actually goes through.
Wedding actually never goes through. She disrupted it, and he doesn't know what to do about that because it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they figure it out.
Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, here's mine. Slow burn, fantasy, best friend's brother. We've done dragons.
You've done fae.
I've done fae. We're going to do witches.
Love it.
We're going to do witches is what we're going to do. So, yeah, they're witches. I was like, the slow burn is literally fire. Slowly burning. So this is going to be the slow burn of the ages. It's going to be a multi-book series similar to Harry Potter, but also like the Anne of Green Gables.
Okay.
It's like if people ever, I think that's the one where it's like it actually tells the story from like when she's little all the way into adulthood.
Yep.
So it's going to be like that.
Okay.
But with the witch and everything and like, the political background that goes into it, because it's like, tons of covens are out there and it's not going to be like our world. It's going to be like, think like Witcher type world. So, but there's a lot of political upheaval. It's just actually the plot and story has a lot more to do with, her coming into responsibility of being in charge of her own coven and training for that and just hating that she is in charge of that. And her brother is there and being like, look, like, because it's matriarchal. So it's like, you're the firstborn daughter, like you're going to become head of the coven and that's what you got to do. And I'm your brother. I have to be your second or whatever that is. Right. And this entire time, her brother's best friend was also, kind of like right there with her train alongside him. And in this world, she's going to have like a specific guard, and that guard is supposed to be with you for your entire life. And that was always going to be her brother, because that's just tradition, right? Firstborn daughter, and then the firstborn son is that guard. And then finally, as she's getting older and kind of still dicking around, not like kind of resentful of the whole thing, her brother dies.
I was just about to say he's killed by an enemy coven.
Is it really a story that I've done if someone doesn't get
It's
died
true.
off?
It's true. It's not a Jack Slinging story unless somebody dies.
It's so true. It's so true. It's almost as if my dad died when I was 12 and it made a really big impression and now everyone dies.
Honestly, don't blame you.
Yeah. Anyway, so the brother's best friend has to step into this role. And that's like also very unheard of, because like it's not really a violent, like it's a lot of political upheaval and stuff, but it's not that type of violent. Like he should not have died. But, they're going to let it happen. He's going to step in, but that role is supposed to be celibate. They're supposed to be their guard. They dedicate their life to the head witch. And it is just like a multi-book series, and it tells the story of like, as she grows and becomes higher up, and then he learns and trains. And it's a lot of like watching him, from afar, him having to remain celibate and quiet while she, goes and has sex for the first time and everything. And eventually when they get together, she's experienced and he's never had sex before. And she's like, let me make you feel good.
Yes. Oh, sexy. It's hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch. Whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
I had to give you this one, and you'll know why. Enemies to lovers, misunderstanding, secret siblings.
So many reasons why that came to me and not you. Okay, wait. Enemies to lovers.
Misunderstandings.
Secret siblings. Shoot. Oh, my brain. Okay. Boarding school.
Okay.
No, it doesn't have to be smutty. I'm assuming it's smutty, but it doesn't have to be smutty. I've just been in a smutty mindset.
Can something not be smutty? I don't know.
Boarding school. Think Parent Trap.
Okay.
But at boarding school.
Okay.
And it's a fraternal twin brother and twin sister who don't know. They've been separated at birth.
Whoa.
They were put up for adoption, and they were adopted by different families.
Yep.
They were separated. Don't know that they have a fraternal twin. Go to boarding school. And she's the biggest bully on the planet.
Fuck.
And he's like the dweeby, nerdy runt that she picks on. And he doesn't mind it so much because he's used to being beat up, and he's kind of a masochist. But, still has pent up feelings of anger, right?
Yeah. Understandable.
And there's a misunderstanding where he's lashing out at his friend.
Yeah.
Who is female and is just venting, and in the process admits his love to his friend.
To his sibling?
No, to his friend.
Gotcha.
Because his sibling sister is the bully.
Yeah.
But the bully overhears it and thinks he's talking to her.
Oh.
So now she's questioning everything that she's done.
Yeah.
And like, wait, but why does this guy love me? He must be messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know where I'm taking that.
I mean, I think you're going in a I understand where you're going. I was like, let's just go full forbidden.
Oh my. I mean, we could.
We'll just leave it at that.
I'm not saying anything
I don't
else.
want to go anything. I don't want to do anything else because I don't agree with it and I don't like it.
I wasn't going there. I was going to make them best friends in the end.
Okay, cool. I mean, it does say enemies to lovers.
Oh, that's true.
Doesn't mean the secret siblings. I mean, it could be like the parents become enemies to lovers.
It could be
sibling.
familial love.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, here's my last one. Plot points. It says plot points, and then there's one.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to have to...
I'll fill it in. I'll give you plot points.
Okay. Sister is a spy.
Sister is a spy.
That's one. I need two more.
Sister is a spy. Pregnancy trope. And piercings.
Sister is a spy. Pregnancy trope. Okay. So, sisters. Twin sisters. We love twins, apparently, here.
We do, apparently.
We love twins. Twin sisters. One is like kind of grumpy. The other one's sunshine energy. So, you know, she's just a heart of gold, like kindergartner school teacher, loves her little tiny town, loves everything. But her sister's like, you know, she was always the dreamer. She went out to the big city college and I don't know what she's doing. She's just out there doing busy things. And, you know, she drives a motorcycle, like all of this other stuff. But, you know, I'm proud of her, but that's not my thing. That's, you know, but good for her. So one day the sister comes and visits and she's like, oh, you never tell me when you're going to visit, but like, I'm just so excited that you did, like, yay. And the sister's like, you know, like she's obviously a spy, but she's not telling her that, like, you know, she's just like, oh, I'm in town. I was in this other country. Here's like this wonderful thing from Turkey, you know, like, you know, just kind of like doing like a sister comes out of town. And then, you know, they're having a good time and sister's like, hey, I need to bounce for 48 hours. I'll be right back. I have something to do in the next town over. Because that's the real reason why she was there. Is that she had like, you know, actual things to do. While the sister's away, this new guy comes to town. And he's scary. He's tall, but he's got piercings. He's got tattoos. And, you know, he's kind of dangerous like her sister. But, you know, he would never look at me. Like my sister is the pretty one, is all the other ones. But like he charms the ever living shit out of her. He just, you know, like makes like woos her and they go to bed and then they have amazing epic sex and she gets pregnant. And she's like, I swear he said he had a condom, but like something happened and then she got pregnant. And months go by, we realize, or like a month or two go by, we realize that she's pregnant. And then the sister, the twin sister, the spy sister is like, who got you pregnant? And because the goody sister's like, oh my God, I can't believe like I got pregnant from a one night stand and from a man who has a tattoo. You got a one night stand? Why didn't you tell me? What did he look like? It's actually who she's tracking down. And she's like, fuck, he found me. And it's like, well, why did he have to sleep with me? And she's like, I don't know why he slept with you. He wasn't supposed to sleep with her. He was supposed to just come in, kill her, prove a point. And then they eventually go and hunt it down. But it's kind of like a comedy, almost like a, you know, like a comedy. She's like, you got my sister pregnant. And he's like, what? Like kind of really excited. And she's like, but you're evil. Like you're the bad guy. And yeah. And it's just like this whole thing. Everyone ends up happily ever
It's
after.
a comedy of errors almost.
Yeah, it's a comedy of errors. Totally.
I love it. I love it.
All right. You're going to sign us off for the last one.
All right.
It's another Grumpy Sunshine. Forced proximity. Dude Ranch.
Dude Ranch. Okay. Grumpy emo boy. Just graduated high school.
Okay.
He's about to go to college. You know, he's an adult. He can do his own things. But his parents are like, fuck you. We're not paying for college unless you go to some like camp to like get your act together before you go to college. Like you're not ready for the real world. So we're going to force you to do hard labor.
Like he wants to go to school for a musician and his parents are like, sure, go do real labor.
Yeah.
See what being a musician really does for you.
Yeah, exactly. So they send him to a ranch that is owned by a friend.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of men, you know, digging up horse manure, feeding the horses, etc.
Yep.
And it's just not his scene, you know.
It never was.
It's out in the Midwest. He's a city boy.
Yeah.
He's emo. They're just like these cowboys.
No one listens to his music there.
No.
Yeah.
And he ends up getting partnered with this golden retriever cowboy who just annoys the fuck out of him. And
Is this a queer romance?
it is a
this
queer romance.
Oh, yes.
And over the course of the summer, as he's doing hard labor, he learns a lot of perspective and life lessons from his golden retriever partner. And they end up hooking up.
Oof.
And emo boy is just really confused because, he's never done anything like this. And that wasn't what he had in mind. He wanted to marry an Amy Lee lookalike from Evanescence.
Yeah.
Someone who enjoyed his music. And this guy listens to country music. And how can you date someone who listens to country music?
No, you can't.
But he really likes this guy.
Oh, damn it.
But country boy plans to stay in the country. And emo boy's going to go back to school and study music. And how are they going to make it work?
Is it just one epic summer romance and that's it?
What were all the tropes?
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
remember.
carried away. I'm caught. Forced proximity. No, you did it. You did it all.
I did it. And it's
It's like a coming to age.
They made beautiful memories.
Yeah.
And then the follow-up book is 10 years later.
Oh.
Cowboy golden retriever comes looking for emo boy who's a successful musician. He comes to a show, goes to his concerts, and he's like, I've been watching you grow successful, and I've gone to every show in our, nearby as much as I can, and sometimes I've had to drive 6 hours just to see a show.
Oh.
But I've supported you even though you don't know it.
But emo boy was the one who kind of left it on rough terms.
Yep. And he just never had. He was just too ashamed to go back and try and
maybe
patch
emo boy might emo boy was actually the one who was scared to come out, but he was blaming dude ranch guy, thinking golden retriever, being like, you're country, you would never come out, you come from this closed mind, and he's projecting onto him. Meanwhile, golden retriever is I think I'm okay coming out, right? But 10 years go by, and country guy is the one who's actually really accepted his sexuality.
Yeah, and emo boy's still closeted, still trying to force himself to date women, but never finding fulfillment and just treating the women like crap because he treats himself like crap.
So golden retrievers just goes to visit him because he's a golden retriever. He just feels bad.
Yeah.
He's I know what we had, and if you're...
I heard about your big breakup. It was in the news, or, it was in the tabloids or whatever.
Yeah. I love it.
Love it.
This was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for contributing. We had a great time.
I had a blast. I had the absolute blast. And, now I'm going to have to re-listen to this when I'm ready to write anything of this.
Seriously. We're going to have to play dibs.
We really are. I want the one that you did. I don't know. I'm obsessed with a couple of mine.
I am too. I'm I want to write my female Hades and Persephone love story.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Bye. Thank you for listening to this mini episode of Book Talk for Book Talk. We encourage you to rate and subscribe to our show on your preferred podcast listening platform.
We would love to hear your thoughts based on today's conversation. You can submit your comments to our form at booktalkforbooktalk.com or via our Camflare voicemail system. Please visit booktalkforbooktalk.com for more information.
You can also follow us on TikTok or Instagram at the handle Book Talk for Book Talk. Bye.
Fall has officially started here in Los Angeles, and that means we finally get to do fall activities.
I have been counting down the days for when I can go to pumpkin patches, maybe even hit up an apple orchard, and I get to do all of it looking super cute in my Quince boyfriend sweater.
This weather is perfect for my dark academia vibes, and I'm so excited to bust out my washable silk blouse because I'm going to be taking pictures.
Quince is known for their Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50. And that's not all. Quince has so many other amazing things on their website.
All of those items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
That includes leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim. My entire fall wardrobe is genuinely turning into Quince wardrobe.
By partnering directly with top factories and cutting out the cost of the middleman, we get savings as the customer.
One of my favorite parts about Quince is the fact that they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. And they still manage to get premium fabrics and finishes for that, luxury feeling for every item that they have.
Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/booktalk for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/booktalk.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes per detail.